You spent months or even years getting certified. You did the work, passed the tests, and finally had the credentials to back up what you knew you were good at. But here's the reality that nobody warned you about. Having a certification doesn't automatically get you clients. Right now, there are certified coaches all over the world who are brilliant at what they do, but they're still stuck. Some at just a few £1,000s a month, some at zero. And they're wondering why their skills aren't translating into real business. If that's where you are, what I'm about to share is going to change that. Maybe you told yourself that you just needed to nail down your niche first. Then it was your offer. Then it was your content strategy. Then your pricing. And now, months later, you're still changing direction every few weeks. Still second guessing yourself. Still stuck despite having the skills to transform people's lives. You're getting calls booked every now and then. But then when you're on those calls, you end up coaching the prospect instead of actually selling to them. And they love the conversation, but they don't buy. And here's the thing. You probably already consume content every day. YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. One person says niche down, another says go broad, someone else swears by Facebook ads, and everyone has a different opinion on what you should be pricing. So you have so many ideas spinning in your head, but you can't actually pick a direction and commit to it. And here's what makes this the most frustrating part. You're already great at coaching, but being a great coach and running a profitable coaching business are two completely different things. And every month that gap doesn't close, it gets harder to close it. And honestly, I don't blame you, because on top of figuring out how to get clients, you're expected to master content creation, copywriting, sales psychology, offer design, and personal branding, all at the same time, all while actually trying to deliver results for your clients. But the gap between being a certified coach and running a profitable coaching business is enormous. And most coaches are trying to bridge it by learning more strategies when the real problem is something else entirely. So here's what makes our approach completely different from every other coaching program out there. We found that the reason certified coaches stay stuck isn't a strategy problem. It's actually an execution problem. You already know enough to hit six figures. You know you should be posting consistently. You know you should follow up with leads. You know you should probably ask for the sale. So the strategies, they aren't the issue. It's something inside of you stopping you from actually executing on them consistently. So instead of loading you up with even more tactics to get overwhelmed by, we simply help you identify and eliminate the overthinking, the procrastination, and the avoidance patterns that keep pulling you off course. When those patterns are gone, only then can you lock in your niche and stop second guessing it every few weeks. This means you finally know exactly who you serve and how to reach out to them. You stop coaching on your sales calls and start having actual conversations that convert into clients. This means clients start saying yes. You also develop the sales skills to confidently lead people towards a decision without feeling pushy or awkward or like you're betraying who you are. So instead of hesitating or over-explaining or hoping prospects will just see the value, you learn how to confidently handle objections, communicate your offer clearly, and close clients in a way that feels natural. And you simply follow a proven, repeatable system that gets your coaching business to six figures without running yourself into the ground in the process. So if that sounds like what you need, then the next step is super simple. Book in a call with my team down below. On that call, we'll map out exactly what's keeping you stuck and we'll show you how to fix it, even if we don't end up working together. So here's what this looks like with a real client. George came to us with no clear niche and no solid offer. He was all over the place, constantly changing direction every few weeks. So we identified his core patterns, helped him lock in his niche, and built an offer that actually made sense for his market. Within 36 days of working with us, George generated over 23.5K. That's over £652 a day in a business that was completely stuck just weeks before. Now you might be thinking, yeah, okay, that's just the cherry-picked results. So let's just take Cully. He was stuck between 1 to 2K a month for months on end. After working with us and removing his self-sabotaging patterns, he generated 27K in a single month. Even our worst-case client quadrupled her coaching business once she got out of her own way. We've been doing this for 5 years. We've helped over 500 coaches and made well over $1 million from coaching. Now you might be thinking that you can figure this out on your own. And look, if you could, you wouldn't still be here. You've been trying to do this for months, maybe even over a year. In that time, you've consumed more content, you've tried more approaches, and changed direction more times than you can count. The problem isn't that you don't know what to do. The problem is that something inside of you keeps stopping you from actually executing on it. The coaches making real money, they aren't doing this alone. They're removing the patterns that hold most coaches back. That's it. Now, you may also be thinking about the investment. Here's what I want you to consider. Every month you stay stuck, those patterns get stronger. Every time you give in to them, you are literally training your brain to stay small. The investment isn't the risk here. Staying stuck is. But I want to make something very clear. This isn't for everyone. If you're looking for something that requires no effort or no commitment, this won't work. If you're not yet sure that coaching is the path for you, then this isn't right for you. This is specifically for certified coaches who know that they're great at what they do, but are stuck under 2 to 5K a month and trying to figure out why this business side keeps breaking down. So if you're willing to look at your own patterns honestly and follow a proven system instead of jumping from strategy to strategy that's going to help you develop sales skills, then book in a call down below. Now, there are no guarantees in life, but if you guarantee to do the work, then I guarantee that this will work. The only thing that's standing between you and a 6-figure coaching business isn't more tactics, it's the pattern stopping you from executing on the ones you already know. So book in your call down below and let's fix that for you.